everyone. Welcome to the Bench Podcast. My name is Joey. Joined as always by my brother co-host Angel. What's up, bro?
What's up? What's going on, guys?
Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day.
Hump Day. Over at producer's desk, double barrel action. Registered Packer owner and 6'5" and a good day. Gabe Tover, AJ Woodson.
What up?
What's up? What's going on, man?
Hey guys, how you doing?
We are feeling good, man.
I tell you what, I thrive when the weather goes down just a little bit.
I knew you were going to mention that.
It just helps me.
You see what I'm wearing.
Overall energy, happiness-wise. You know they have reports where it's like, hey, when the sun's not there, people are depressed. I'm the opposite. Get rid of that sucker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bring me the clouds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool weather.
A little bit of moisture in the morning.
Yep.
Nice morning dew. I love that.
I love it, love it. Episode 159 for Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. Wake me up when usually join me.
Man, you're in a good mood today.
Usually join me.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're not in a good mood today. What's wrong? What's wrong, Ange?
The Denver community is down low.
I was gonna say.
Well, you live in LA.
Two words. Bone.
No, yeah, I've been very active on the Twitter sphere, my personal account with the Bronco fans. It's pretty low time, pretty angry,
Yeah.
and it's just sad.
Guess what I did today, guys?
What's that?
I made my coaching debut at Hillcrest School.
Hey.
Lost 19-0.
Oh.
But listen, it's a real David and Goliath story.
And you're changing the culture.
Yeah, I'm changing the culture.
yep.
I'm turning around a program.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's hard to do.
You don't do that in 1 year.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, they're playing basketball in the locker room, right?
But I'll say this. We had 7 players,
Oh.
and you have to play all 7. So my guys went both ways for 4 quarters.
Right.
And guess who we played? If you're from SoCal, you know who this team is. Oaks Christian.
Oh.
Pretty
My
big.
guys are walking on the field. They're like, they have more players than us.
Shut up, kid.
They went like 3 deep. I was like, boy, don't complain. Don't complain. We got this.
Like some of the kids drove to the actual game.
Yeah, they juked the pants off my guys.
This is junior high, right?
But we fought. This is my younger team. This is 5th and 6th grade. Yeah, so
You gotta learn.
Hey, building the culture.
tender hearts. Tender hearts.
That's all right.
Anyway, on this episode, we're going to get to the news. Angels Heavenly Top 10, version 3 or week 3.
Week 3.
You did some moving.
I did some moving.
You did some moving.
We're seeing some things shake out now.
It's been a weird season.
Yeah.
It's hard to put together. I've seen some crazy top 10s.
Yeah.
Because it's just, like, what do you...
There's surprise teams, and there's teams that are supposed to be good but aren't good, like 0-2 teams.
You kind of just got to plant your flag on certain teams. Anyway, we'll get into that and talk a little news as well, some injury stuff going on. Just a little bit of injury stuff going around the league. If you're watching here on YouTube, welcome to the channel.
Hi.
Subscribe, turn on notifications, and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday as we cover the NFL 3 times a week, no matter what, all year long. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, thank you for joining the audio version of the Bench Podcast. Please like, subscribe, turn on those notifications as well, and leave a review. That'd be nice. Say something nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of you like. You gotta like something.
Just tell us your favorite team.
We have some long freaking shows. You gotta like something. Some of you,
if you don't like us,
don't like us
Just
at all.
hate watching.
some people just don't like me.
It's crazy how many people don't. Yeah. Angel does not test well in focus groups.
I think in focus groups, you're definitely the last one.
Yeah.
Attacking your mustache.
I saw that. I saw that. I'm like,
That was
bro,
weird.
I waited 30 years for a mustache. You're not gonna bully me out of a mustache.
If we were an analytically run show, Angel would definitely be off the main.
Angel's the villain.
Yeah.
You know what? It came from your that traditional internet like troll. He's wearing a Golden State shirt and everything. I was like, no, yeah.
Oh, yep.
That's just about right.
it was the one guy. Yeah.
wearing like a Golden State shirt
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, buddy.
I'll get his name.
Okay.
All that being said, thanks so
We'll
much
track him down.
for joining us on this podcast. And then, of course, follow the show Between the Show on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Search at Benched Show to follow us on all those different platforms. And then check out benchedshow.com, especially the Bench Beat, articles on fandom, fantasy, and all things NFL. We got our guys cranking out the episodes there. All right, guys, I want to check in a little bit. After 2 weeks, some madness. Some unexpected things going on. I wanted to check in on division leaders so far. Okay. AFC East, leading that division is the Buffalo Bills.
I think we all picked
Expected.
The Bills. We all picked the
Expected.
Bills.
The rest of the division sitting at 1-1. So
I was kind of wrong with the Dolphins. I had a lot more hope in them, and it seems like they're
yeah. So
slowly starting to burn right now.
Dolphins seem arrow down.
Yeah.
Big time.
Patriots seem arrow up.
Or at least not arrow
Or
down.
steady.
Yeah.
Jets arrow
Jets
up.
arrow up. Jets arrow up for sure.
Patriots Bills on Thursday Night Football
Nice.
for first place in the AFC East.
Wow.
I would have thought that was going to be a thing.
Oh my
Jets,
God.
Jets,
Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. What to say?
AFC West. The Chiefs are leading.
I don't talk about it.
Not by themselves. They are tied with the LA Chargers.
Chargers.
That is the most surprising thing. No, it's not. It's not. There's another division in the south of the NFC that we'll talk about. Washington currently leading the NFC East, tied with Philly, but they have the tiebreaker, I think, point differential.
Yeah.
Washington Commanders up there. Dallas at 1-1. Giants at 0-2. Right who we thought they would.
Who would have thought?
Right who we thought. God, they're such a
That's a bad team.
dumpster fire.
But at least they didn't sign Saquon.
Talk about how much they suck while I drink water. I got to choke.
Oh, I was telling Joey, guys, did that HBO series help them
Not-
at all?
not
No.
at
You hate me.
all.
I think I hate them more now.
They're a bigger joke now after
I
that,
think
just
the only
from
thing that
top to
helped, the
bottom.
only thing that helped them was them actually knowing we got to change all this.
Yeah.
Well,
We
now
have to change all this.
every Eagle game, they're going to talk about how Saquon wanted to go, and they
no,
let
that's
him
all, that's
walk.
the other thing
That's-
too. The only thing we actually got from that show is if he goes to Philly, I'm
I'm
that's
gonna
all we
lose
got.
sleep.
I mean, because owner Jim Mara,
Yeah.
he's cleaning house, right? They're all going, right?
He needs to
Yeah.
clean him. Well, let's clean him.
Well, he can't go nowhere. But
I learned a fun fact about him.
What's that?
Two of his daughters are actresses, Kate Mara and Rooney Mara.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
what would I know them from?
Yeah.
Kate Mara.
Kate Mara, that terrible Fantastic Four movie. She's the Invisible Woman.
You wouldn't. If you saw her.
If you saw her, and Rooney Mara is the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
And she played Tiger Lily in that horrible Peter Pan movie, Hook Pan.
So.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I know
yeah,
her.
Yeah.
So they've gotten to a level where they're on major motion pictures.
Oh, no, they're like legit.
Wow, good for the Mara family.
That's the only thing positive going on in the Mara
Legit going
family.
on tomorrow.
Anytime I talk anything NFL, my wife has some obscure fact that
Did
has
you
to
know?
do with this. She's
Yeah,
like,
we
"Oh, that's." I'm like, "No, that's not their dad. It's their dad."
We should get her on the show. She has such crazy facts.
leading the NFC North at 2-0 by themselves, the Minnesota Vikings.
Wow.
Whoa. Lions at 1-1, the Pack Attack at 1-1, and the Bears 1-1. Arrow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arrow down.
TBD.
I'm still. holding
Caleb's
out on
taking
Caleb.
some. He's taking some hits.
He's taking some hits. He's not throwing the ball very well.
The Justin Fields truthers are having a day.
There's a divide right now.
Little victory lap.
For who?
For me. I did say Sam Darnold the Vikings. Sam Darnold the Vikings might make the playoffs, and they're 2-0.
So far, so good.
And they beat a real team.
The Niners. Yeah.
The biggest surprise in the NFL so far through
Vikings.
2 weeks. Nope, the NFC South
Oh,
leading
yeah, God.
New Orleans Saints. The crazy stat Angel shared last show that Derek Carr has scored on every single one of his offensive possessions.
15 possessions.
and nothing to Olave.
The rebirth of Alvin Kamara. Like
Yeah.
I hope it kind of keeps up. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
that super surprise team.
There's always like a worst to first team in the league. We still didn't expect the Saints to be it. As of
You
right
guys
now.
were in the right division, though. You were talking about the Panthers. Just
Panthers
you're in the
Panthers
right
at 0-2.
Panthers are-
We'll talk about a little change they made at quarterback.
Yep.
Recently. And then last one here, the NFC West, led all alone by the Seattle Seahawks at 2-0.
That was a good team.
With the other two favorites injury riddled, being the 49ers and the Rams.
Poor Rams.
And so Seahawks have a real opportunity here.
Get a little
to
momentum.
Get a little cushion in
Yeah.
this NFC West while we'll talk about the injuries today, but they are banged up.
Cardinals arrow up.
the Cardinals too.
Cardinals are up for sure.
That's a tough division.
Yeah.
God, the two teams that we had in the bottom are on top with the arrow up.
Yeah. I guess they're not a year away from being a year away.
All right, let's stop
Did
circling.
you
Yeah, check
talk
it.
AFC North?
Did I? Might have missed it, but that's
think
led
so,
by the
'cause-
2-0 Steelers, right?
And look who's at the bottom of that list.
Is that the Bengals?
The
No,
0-2
it's
Ravens.
the Ravens.
Right, of course.
And the
Ravens.
0-2
And the
Bengals.
Bengals, yeah.
It's a weird start to the year.
Yeah, man.
AJ, you weren't at the show where I read those stats, but the percentages are crazy between teams that start 0-2 and 2-0. Like your season's almost over statistically. If you go 0-3, you're basically tanking.
It's like a 1% chance you
Yeah,
make the playoffs.
like you have no- like you-
Because I heard that so much last year with the Bengals. Because every year the Bengals start 0-2, 0-3.
I saw the 1-1. It's like 42%
Yeah.
you make it at
Yep.
1-1.
That's crazy.
That's a little much.
You got to, we're having a whole segment here before the show, but the Rams got to be real. Is their season on the line already?
Yeah.
Yeah. They might if they lose 3 games in a row. Like that's tough. That's a tough division.
I'm not
that
gonna
they're
say
in.
I'm not gonna say the seat's hot, but this is where McVay
Not a
you need
chance.
you need no I'm not saying
I know where you're going.
but I'm saying this is why we pay you. This is why you have the role you have. When we get in this position, coach us through a couple dubs here.
Find a way to win.
He's gonna have some crazy He
He has to do it now.
It's just
you're down.
Stafford.
You're down some of your best players.
motion
Go
on
find some
every
wins.
play.
But
Kyler-
if he doesn't, there's
No,
going to be
again,
no kind of hot
He's
seat.
not gonna be on the hot seat, but this is why you pay him. This is why he has the status he has.
Yeah.
You find wins right now while you're down.
We're circling around it, so let's just get to it. Let's get to the news. Let's get to it here. Right off the bat, the Dolphins are placing quarterback Tua Tagovailoa on IR for Mike Garofalo, out at least 4 games. Looks like it's probably going to be more than 4 games. I feel like each time he gets a concussion now, the Dolphins are just going to get more and more drastic with how much they are covering their own asses. Like, because now it's really dangerous.
It's scary.
Like, it's really, really dangerous.
Yeah, it's kind of beyond football now because now everyone's kind of realizing, oh, they put him on IR. You don't do that for concussions usually. You kind of wait, do like a week or two. But where are you at? I know we talked about last.
He needs
show.
to retire. I heard a doc. I got changed this week about Tua Tagovailoa because I heard a doctor talk about his situation and how troubling it is that he basically didn't get concussion for a year because they protected him so well and he protected himself so well, and that didn't help his threshold level for concussion at all. That hit he took from Damar Hamlin, Damar Hamlin didn't hit him. Yeah. He hit Damar Hamlin.
Yeah.
And to get a concussion from that to that level where he was straightening out his limbs and all that, it's just like the threshold is so low for him. What if he actually gets hit? What's going to happen?
Yeah, you don't want to see anything tragic, obviously. And they just signed him, so there's they just signed. It's weird. It's
hard.
weird.
It's hard to tell what 27-year-old to walk away from his lifelong dream. But
just signed a major deal.
He has several kids now. He's married. I'm honestly walk away, bro. You have your generational wealth is there. You have 100 and some guaranteed. Just walk away.
So there's a guy we all played with in high school. When he got to college, he played a little college ball. Got 3 concussions in, I think it was 2 years. Doctors told him, "You're done. You can never play football again."
Yeah.
And this is the NFL level.
And this was 12 years ago, before all the big discussion on concussions.
At some point, someone has to step in for Tua. If he's not going to protect himself and he's going to keep putting himself out there, the NFLPA, the freaking Dolphins, someone has to step up and say, "You have to be done."
Is it a little
good?
Is it a little extreme if they make a rule on that? Like, your third one is you're close. Your fourth one,
from what I
gone.
understand in the medical community, though, it's such a gray area. There's no cut rule where, like, because what kind of concussions then? 3 of what kind of concussions? Then you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a gray area.
But I'm saying, would that be crazy though if they did do that?
Yes.
I don't know. I think it would meet opposition
because the NFL is going to protect like their own side too. Like,
I think if anything major were to happen, then I think something like that would happen. But that's how the NFL works. They're only going to do stuff that they absolutely have.
That'd be crazy. That's like the 2-strike thing. Like if I get another strike, I'm going away for life.
Also, why is he not wearing a guardian cap?
I know him of all people.
Like, why is he not wearing a guard? If it gives him like a 10% chance less to get a, I don't know. I feel like someone needs to step up for it too.
Yeah.
Let's move on here. The Colts have placed defensive tackle Deforest Buckner on IR, out at least 4 games. Very important to their not only leadership in the locker room, but run defense, and they got run all over this last week. So that's a big blow to the Colts. Another team who I think is underachieving what I thought they would achieve. I think they're 0-2 as well.
Yeah.
And so they got to figure out there in Indianapolis. Big one in Kansas City for the defending champs. The Chiefs have placed running back Isaiah Pacheco, broken fibula, expected on IR, expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks, almost 2 months. He'll go on IR, but plans to be back this year. None of us knew it was this bad. We saw that he was in a boot after the game.
Yeah.
I think he walked off the field.
Yeah, it looked like a sprain. Like, oh, he's in a boot, so he just sprained his ankle really bad or whatever. But he broke his fibula.
Did you see the play in slow mo?
No.
I saw a video of the play in slow mo. His leg got like bent.
Really?
Back. He got pulled back. So it was. But he's such a tough guy. You didn't see it.
He walked off the field.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he runs, it was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Like
I
think the Chiefs knew that.
Yeah.
Carson Steele, I think, is a direct result to them knowing that Isaiah Pacheco is very prone to injury the way he plays.
Yeah, and they poor Chiefs. I say poor Chiefs. Marquise Brown 1 week, the next week Pacheco. This season was all about getting Mahomes as many weapons as possible. Now the weapons are starting to fall. It's starting to look like last year, where it was just Rice and a bunch of not Xavier Worthy.
I tell you what, with Rice with that looming suspension, he's quickly becoming the most important player on this team.
Yeah.
Like, I think on offense, besides Mahomes, he's the most important player on the team.
And also the expectation and the urgency to get Xavier Rice up to speed and ready to go. Xavier Worthy, yeah, that's got to be tuned up now because there's so many injuries.
Okay, also for the Chiefs, we know Isaiah Pacheco's going down. They're going to re-sign an old favorite for Kansas City. They're bringing back running back Kareem Hunt back to Kansas City. You think he's going to play?
He's on their practice squad.
I don't think he's going to play. I think it's just going to be Carson Steele and Samaje Perine.
Yeah, it's full circle. That's why you don't burn bridges in like the NFL because you never know when you're going to be needed. Good for Kareem Hunt.
You think anything left in the tank? Remember Kansas City, Kareem Hunt?
When I was just about to say,
his rookie year.
He was supposed to be the man by this time.
So good.
Electric.
But then he got in that trouble, right? That's why he's not Kansas City.
Yeah, it's complicado over there.
Okay, let's move on here to another injury on AJ's fantasy football team. The 49ers, wide receiver Deebo Samuel, strained a calf and will miss a couple weeks. He didn't go on IR.
No,
right?
So he's not on my team. I actually have Brandon
the one
Ayuk.
guy.
So I'm a little excited about this.
So the guy who isn't good anymore.
We'll see.
I'm just kidding. Deebo, though, going down. Tough break for the 49ers. Now without CMC and Deebo Samuel.
I don't trust the 49ers with calf strains anymore. They're just
What's going on with their calves in this?
they're just liars.
Yeah, because this just hit us randomly.
Yeah, and we saw how aggravated a calf injury can get with CMC, obviously. Now there's two guys there. Man, Niners are just getting beat up.
What type of treadmills are they running on in their facility?
They put their guys through hell in practice. They go through some shit.
Niners aren't going to win the division. They're not going to win the division.
They're
the
getting.
Seahawks look good. Cardinals look good.
I heard a point today, and not that I'm anti-Purdy. We're about to find out.
You definitely are.
No, I'm not being C's job. We're about to find out if he's worth $56 million immediately. He has two guys out who are all pro, all world wideouts. We're about to find out really quick.
So he's only worth it if he what?
No. If he plays well, I'm like, okay, he's worth it. Yeah.
I don't know. What team are you taking off the star running back and wide receiver one and expecting much from that team? Like if you took Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown off the Eagles, I wouldn't expect very much from the Eagles.
I think I don't think Angel's saying they have to win the division right now. He's saying stay above water. Yeah. See if he can keep them above water.
Yeah. Like if he can carry them and play well without that, I'm like, okay, I was wrong. You can do it with anybody. If not,
yeah. I guess I'm asking you to define that. What does play well mean to you?
Well, basically, if he plays well, and they win. Yeah.
This is kind of what plays well, because you were saying how like if you take the stars away from that team, then you actually see what he actually is. So you're saying if he just does average, then he's worth it.
Yeah, or if he struggles, it's like so he needs elite guys around him to be good. That's a red flag as far as signing players.
I don't know what that.
I've got their next 6 games.
Yeah,
if you want to run through it, this week they're playing the Rams.
Just get out healthy. Yeah. Both teams are just
whoever ends the game healthiest.
Then after that, they got the Patriots at home.
I don't know. That's Patriots.
Cardinals at home.
Ooh,
at Seattle. Chiefs at home.
Tough.
Cowboys at home.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
And then after that, the Bucks, the Niners, the healthy Packers, the Bills.
Wow, their schedule
it's a first place schedule.
Gauntlet right there.
It's a first place schedule. That's what
I don't know. I can already see how this is gonna go. Like Purdy's gonna struggle because that schedule, and they're missing Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel. I don't know what offense that takes those kind of hits and is any good. I don't know. But
man, that schedule, Who did I have? I think you didn't have the Niners winning this, right? In our
I did. I had the Rams win it. That doesn't look good either.
This might just be whoever's the healthiest.
Guess I should have chose the Cardinals.
That division's getting beat up, man. That sucks.
Okay, let's move on to Carolina. The Panthers are benching Bryce Young, and we'll start Andy Dalton, Red Rocket,
QB1.
Week 3 versus the Raiders. So we got 2 weeks to see if Dave Canales could turn around Bryce Young, and so far, no bueno. Quarterback whisperer, yes or no?
No. But here's
you're benched.
This happened a lot. When this happened, there was like the instant reaction. Then you're kind of thinking like, first off, in Carolina, they go through coaches so fast. So Dave Canales probably like, the last coach lost his job because of this kid. I'm not losing my job because of this kid.
Well, to that point, let's go to this next tweet. When asked what role owner Dave Tepper played in the decision to bench Bryce Young, head coach Dave Canales said, "I want to keep that private." And then added, "I watched the film. I had a thought, and we had those discussions." Sounds like Dave Tepper had a little bit of hand into benching Bryce Young.
Yeah, that sounds like I can't tell you because my boss told me not to tell you, but me not telling you is me telling you.
My boss is embarrassed.
Yeah.
He'll also fire me after this if I say anything.
Yep.
Bryce Young started 18 games. The team is 2-16 in those games. Jeez. 11 touchdowns, 13 receptions. He has gone through 2 head coaches, one of them being fired already, and the organization's just in a terrible place. Let's look back at that trade that set them back so far back to get Bryce Young for a season and 2 games.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
They gave the Bears DJ Moore, Darnell Wright, starting tackle, Tyreek Stevenson, Pro Bowl cornerback last year.
Very good corner.
Caleb Williams, which I don't know.
Oh, we don't know.
I don't know. But I tell you what. But yeah, rather have him than Bryce Young though. Yeah. And then another second round pick next year. So they're still paying for Bryce Young.
So 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and DJ Moore for Bryce Young. That's crazy.
This is like coming out of high school and just going into crazy debt to buy a Tesla.
Yep.
And then losing your job and the economy tanking.
Or like going into debt and getting caught up in a pyramid scheme. And then you still owe them money.
Like you owe so much money still, and they already repoed the car. I'm not a Panthers fan.
What do you think about him being benched this early?
I think you wait a little longer.
Yeah.
You wait a little. I mean, 2 games.
It's crazy.
Like 2 games is not enough to see if you really can make a difference in this guy's like playing style and growth and stuff. I don't know.
Also, it's like, so you're benching this guy. So are you trying to win or are you trying to lose? I think you give him the whole season and say, if you're bad, we'll know it very, very well. If they don't win any games this year,
and they'd still be in a position to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, and I think benching him doesn't really make sense. It has to be David Tepper.
Also, you're still not going to be good. Yeah. You're Andy Dalton's your quarterback now.
Yeah,
he's not going to be good.
I don't know if you're trying to win or what you're doing, but you're still going to suck. This might be an 0-16, 17 team because Derek Brown's out. He was by far their best player. The only guy they have is J.C. Horn for sure, who's a guaranteed stud.
Adam Thielen is miserable.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen those videos on the sideline.
You know, you feel bad for it. Deontay Johnson. He's never had a good quarterback.
No.
He thought he had it bad in Pittsburgh.
It just follows him.
The grass isn't always greener, buddy. You went to Carolina and the Red Rocket throwing you the ball.
He went to Bryce Young, just African-American Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. Who would you pick? Bryce Young or Kenny Pickett?
Jeez, Kenny Pickett. And
that's where we are. That's where we are.
Sorry, Mom's calling me. Okay, so speaking of 2-game trials, let's go to this next story. This is, I don't know, to me, this is red flags. Okay, let me read this first, and then we're going to listen to a little video. In fact, I'm going to stop that. Let's listen to the video first. This is head coach of the Tennessee Titans, Brian Callahan, speaking about their young quarterback, Will Levis.
I think the camera caught it pretty clear, if I had to guess. So, I was upset. It was dumb. It was the same exact thing he did last week, and he cost us points in the red zone. And that is what it is. He's a grown-up, and he knows better. And so, I was really irritated that he cost us 3 points in a game that we probably needed it.
So that's him speaking about the turnover in the red zone.
He's specifically talking about that one play.
Wild play. Yeah. Wild play.
They were in the red zone. They were up 7-0. They were in the red zone, so you could be up 10-0 on the Jets.
He throws it backwards while being sacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. Did he turn it over on that play?
Yeah, turnover. It's and then it's very clearly the camera guy got perfect angle.
Yeah. So none of us disagree with what he's saying.
No.
Do we agree with him coming out to the media and just dumping all over his starting quarterback?
I think it's like the last story where it's like, I will not be fired because of you. I'm not going to be fired.
It's also because of what the camera caught him saying.
Yeah,
during the game. So he was kind of clearing that up.
Which sucks.
He didn't have to do this. Come on.
It sucks because I imagine they probably say that all the time on the sidelines. Just the camera caught it.
Yeah.
It's there's probably worse things that are said on sidelines that aren't caught.
Yeah.
But at first, I think I told you pre-show. First, like when I saw that clip, I was like, "Is this guy a Belichick guy?" Because this is how all Belichick guys are. They're all tough on their quarterbacks, tough on their team. You said it earlier. I'll give you the credit. Why are you? You're a rookie too, bro. You haven't won a get. Why are you on people's asses?
True. Like to be that hard. Like, are you under that much pressure? Like, why is there so much like drama over this? You know what I'm saying? Like, like Mike Tomlin would never do this, right? Yeah. He'll keep it in the house. I'm sure he'll have these hard conversations. Yeah. Can you imagine getting chewed up by Mike Tomlin? He probably kills you.
Yeah.
But he would never go to the media.
Yeah,
and throw him under the bus. I think it's a bad look. I think it's a bad look as a head coach. Yeah. I think it's a bad look for your locker room. Yeah. Like, okay, who wants to play quarterback next?
Yeah, and also it's pushing blame somewhere else.
That's true too. Which just you never win doing that.
No,
you always look bad.
Yeah, and it's just honestly it's pretty immature. Like you're supposed to be a head coach, but be the leader of men. You're throwing this guy. Look, Will Levis was not. You didn't go into that job thinking that he's the perfect prospect. He has stuff to work on, so you knew you're gonna have growing pains, and you could have calmed this all down by not getting 2 quotes post game in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah,
you could have said, "Yeah, we're gonna work on it." Like it's.
Oh yeah, last week he said. What did he say last week? If we would have just punted, we would have won the game.
Like, you don't have to say that. You could just say, you know what, we made some mistakes. We're gonna work on it. And that's it. There's no story. There's no media cover. It's just. They're 0-2 because they're learning a new, or whatever.
So 2 weeks in, he's thrown his starting quarterback under the bus twice.
Yeah, so I don't know if you expect another quarterback to go in there and be like, I can't wait to play for Brian Callahan.
Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to get into Angels Heavenly Top 10 for Week 3. Be right back. This segment is brought to you by Dad Gang Hats. Dad Gang makes the highest quality hats in the apparel industry because they use premium materials, pay close attention to detail, and prioritize durability and comfort. With so many styles, colors, and designs, they absolutely have the right hat for you and the dad in your life. Use code BENCHED76826. That's BENCHD 76826 for 15% off your first purchase. Shop Dad Gang Hats, quality hats for quality dads. Okay, we are back with Angels Heavenly Top 10, Week 3.
Angels Heavenly 10.
I like how you put some pace on it this time.
Yeah, a little bit
Very nice.
We change it up.
Before we get started, still looking for a sponsor. So if you listen to this and you're part of your marketing team, please let me know. I'll sponsor for Angels Top 10. We need one.
That's awesome, man.
Desperately.
All right, let's get to this top 10 here. Let's start at the bottom. You have a surprise new entry. The New Orleans Saints in the top 10. What in the world? New Orleans Saints in the top 10. One of the top offenses in the league.
That's not even a lie. Top offense is great defense. They're playing well. I don't care who they look. If you're to win and you're the hottest team in football, you deserve a top 10 spot.
Bucks at 2-0. They're at number 9. They moved up from number 10, I think, last week. The Ravens at 0-2 move all the way down to number 8. I think they started at 3 or
4. I think.
Ravens at 0-2, really just being held up at this point by that roster, right?
Yeah,
by that roster. Steelers 2-0 as well. They go to number 7. The Niners at 1-1 at number 6. The Texans all the way up to number 5 at 2-0. The Bills at 2-0 at number 4. Eagles 1-1 and Lions 1-1, both at 2-3. And then the Chiefs atop the league at 2-0.
Yeah.
Number 1 for we should keep it. It's a lot of weeks now in a row they've been number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started here with your the back end where the most movement was. I'll just say it straight out, and I'll say it for Gabe. How the hell are the Packers not on this list?
Thank you.
I think right now, if you were to play the Saints with Packers, I would pick the Saints.
Why?
Because they're playing better.
Packers are playing great.
Yeah.
The Packers I saw Sunday are playing fantastic.
This is not a knock on the Packers. They're both two good teams playing great. Like it's like everything you said about the Packers is true, but the Saints are also playing great.
They are.
So that's why it's and they're winning so handily.
That's fair. Because I think the Packers should be on this, but the real question is, okay, well, whose spot did they take?
Exactly. Yep.
Gabe, whose spot did the Packers take on this list?
But the Bucks and the Saints, both of them.
Oof.
The Bucks just beat the Lions.
So they're supposed to be at number 9 then.
Yeah.
Listen, man, it's hard. The Packers are good. They're really good.
I think the Packers and Eagles game was a duel against two great teams. So whichever team lost that game, I don't think they should be knocked. Maybe one spot down. You come back, you lose Love, but you get a good coaching game. We're probably going to win the next game because we're going against the Tennessee Titans, and then probably get Love back for Week 4 against the hurting Rams.
I'll say this.
I'm just saying we could be 3-1 in the next 3 weeks.
Should the Ravens not be on this list? Because
they're
0-2. And have the Packers been better than the Ravens this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the film we have alone is already better than.
AJ, what do you think?
I think the Ravens' loss to the Chiefs was just as good a played game as the Packers' loss to the Eagles. The Ravens losing at home to the Raiders, that's tough.
The Packers beating the Colts without Jordan Love.
Are the Colts very good though?
I don't know. They're supposed to.
I saw a stat today. Anthony Richardson.
I think they're better than the Raiders.
Anthony Richardson's completing 43% of his passes behind the highest graded offensive line in the league.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Ravens are on there just because I think it's more of a belief in them still. Like everything AJ said, Week 1 was just them versus the Chiefs. That's a dogfight.
Lost by inches.
Yeah, week 2 they were up. It's kind of almost similar to the Eagles. They were up, and then in the fourth quarter, the Raiders just kind of came back. Ravens at number 8. That until they're 0-3, 0-4, then I'll start. Then they'll be off the list. But until now,
So are you going to put the Packers on this list before Jordan Love comes back, or you just don't think they belong on that list without Jordan Love?
I gotta see how they play. I mean, if they play,
if they keep winning, if they keep playing like they played against the Colts at home,
if the Ravens win, if the 7 through 10 still win and the Packers win, it's like okay, well we're at the same spot where we're at now. Like it's not. I don't know who I'd take off.
Now that I've thought about it, I am pretty confident that the Ravens should not be on this list, and the Packers should be at number 10. I feel pretty good about saying that.
No.
I struggle with it because they were on everyone's top lists 5, 6, 7, lose to Philly, and now not even. Are they even sniffing the top 10 or like where do you have them?
Not top 10. I don't have them ranked.
And this is his 13. Weekly. Like he's saying right now, without Jordan Love, Saints play, Packers play. Who are you expecting to play better? The Saints.
Yeah, Saints are playing well right now. Bucks are playing well.
Would you honestly
right
say the Saints?
Yeah,
over the Packers
right now.
They're playing
this week right now. Yeah,
Packers playing great.
I don't know, man. Yeah,
Packers running the ball that way.
Saints have put up 91
efficient
points.
throwing.
Yeah,
that
Packers also
defense.
the ball hawking defense could be the answer to that.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, who the Packers have this week?
The Titans.
Be sweet if it's the Saints.
Be sweet if the Saints. No, but yeah, we'll see. But I'm very confident in the Saints and Bucks. They've not only won, they've won impressively.
You don't have a bad argument. They are winning right now.
And the Bucks,
I just don't.
And the Bucks, I'm just so soft. They just beat the Lions.
We're talking about
Detroit.
the Ravens.
Oh, Ravens. That's just because I think they'll turn. I just have faith in that team that they're going to turn around. They might win this week. I mean, they are. I mean, I don't see them being 0-3. Harbaugh's too good of a coach. I just can't see them.
They are in Dallas this week.
Yeah, they're going to win.
Two teams that need to win though.
They're going to lose this week. They're going to go 0-3, and I can't wait because you're going to have to really make a decision. How much you believe in them if they're going to be on the top?
Yeah,
man, it's interesting. Okay, 49ers at number 6. That is a snapshot of where we are right now. They're falling.
It's not even
who they're missing.
It's not their fault. It's just they just getting banged up.
Yeah, they're missing what we all think should be in conversation for the MVP and Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, Chris McCaffrey and CMC, and then Ayuk hasn't gotten going yet. The loss to the Vikings is tough, but I heard the stat they haven't won in Minnesota since like the 90s or something. Some weird stat where they haven't won in a long time there. So that's just kind of just a rivalry game.
The only NFC team that Purdy has lost in the last 2 years is the Vikings.
Yeah, so yes, I'm 6, but pretty close. They're pretty close to.
And then no surprise here, Texans are going to fly up your rankings as fast as they can, as long as they keep winning. But they're 2-0. They're at number 5, over the Niners, over the Steelers. I could roll with that. The Bills at number 4, also at 2-0. I'm surprised Eagles didn't fall here.
I'll tell you what. They were locking out the Falcons till the last minute 39, and then they went in prevent. And I know that's a bad look, and going for it on the 3rd and 3 in the red zone to Saquon in the flat, and he dropped it. I would do that play myself. That's Saquon Barkley. I would trust him. I think if that flips the other way, it's different narrative. But now it went the wrong way, and now people are just giving him shit.
I don't want to call it a fluke because we made major mistakes at the end of the game, and the Falcons made great plays to win the game.
Yeah.
And so it's not a fluke, but statistically, I think we had like a 99.3% chance to win the game with a minute and a half left.
It's just a miracle that happened.
So they choked the game away. They made some bad decisions. Hopefully they learned some things. I think there is some things to be concerned about the Eagles game, though, that Monday Night Football game.
Secondary.
Well, no, I think it's a pass rush. I think the pass rush is the problem. Is the biggest problem. There's no pass rush at all.
That's the main thing I was looking for this game. I'm like, dude, they're gonna send just Kirk Cousins sitting there as a statue.
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna have like 3-4 sacks this game, and
you know what's crazy too? That's what us Packer fans saying, and we both had the excuse of, there was the field conditions.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we didn't get to see the Packers pack rush. You didn't see the Eagles. It was the same thing with the Packers. I think we only got one sack or so.
You could have 4 Sauce Gardners back there. No one is going to be able to guard for that long. Every single play and keep them out of the end zone. I think that and rush defense was terrible. Bijan Robinson got whatever he wanted to. So I think there's some major defensive problems there. I think Vic Fangio's already getting some questions in Philly. So I think there's some questions in Philly. I'm a little concerned.
We got a little test this week.
Yep. So we're playing
in New Orleans.
2-0 Saints.
No way, really?
Yep.
That's a good game.
See how that goes.
And then I was surprised that you expect the Bills to be there because you kind of went over that. Is that like that's your team? That's your darling team.
I don't know why. I mean, they're 2-0. They started at number 6,
and they deserve to be there. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, they're.
You thought I wouldn't?
No, I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you didn't want me to put them higher.
I feel like they haven't been tested yet. I feel like we haven't got that big matchup for the Bills yet.
You know what I like about them? They're winning drama free. They're just winning.
They're just a good team.
And no one
crazy. As soon as Diggs leaves,
no one hears about them. They're just winning.
They're just winning.
Allen's playing well. That team is. I just like it. That's what you want in the playoff team. No drama. The team knows. Everyone knows they're like roll. Von Miller has a little rebirth. It's just nice to see a team. Yeah, it's just they're a good team. They're a good team.
Yeah,
and they've beat some good teams. Like the Cardinals went off on that to take the lead. Since then, look at how many points they've put up.
Yep.
Like since they were down, what were they down? 17-3 or 21-3 or something like that. Put up a ton of points since then.
Bills
Who they beat this last week? Do you know?
It was the Dolphins. That was the
Dolphins,
Thursday. That was the Thursday night game where they. I mean, Tua got hurt, but the game was over before then.
And a win's a win.
Yeah, that game wasn't even close.
Yeah. And then Lions at number 2. They lost to the Bucs. The Bucs are a good team. I'm not going to punish them for losing to a good team. The Bucs are still underrated, and Lions are still
punish the Packers for losing to a good team.
I take the Lions over the Packers. But
no, I'm not talking about the match. I'm saying the concept you just used right now. You didn't do it with the Packers. Okay.
God, where do you want Packers game? Number 1.
I'm just saying.
Gabriel's heavenly team.
We fell out of the top 10 because we lost to a good team. Right?
I didn't say that. You're saying that.
No, your list says that.
Well, I would pick the Saints and Bucks over them. That's what that's what I'm saying.
You also lost your quarterback.
Okay, so there's no explanation then. Got it.
Packer fans are touchy.
He is mad.
Yeah. You guys.
Okay. I don't get either. To be fair, like I don't get.
Yeah,
either.
we're going without love right now, and we're winning games, and most likely going to win this next game too against the Titans.
Game. You've won one game. You're winning games. You've won.
The Lions have won one game.
Well,
they won one game.
They could only win one game last week.
Yeah, I know. Like, how many games do you expect us to win last week?
Look, does losing your quarterback have no effect on where they are right now?
As long as you're winning right now, then no, it doesn't.
Here's the problem: they got kicked out of the top 10. Even though they played well without their quarterback. Don't you think that should have been a positive? That hey, they lost their quarterback, and this team is still so good that they won without him. That they beat a team that we all think is pretty good.
Okay, I'll just say it's
decently good.
I think every team on the top 10 right now, if they were to play the Packers, they would lose. Or the Packers.
I don't know what
lose.
that's based on though. Like they.
Yeah, because that's not.
They lost to your number 2
we're not playing
team.
these teams.
They lost to your number 2 team, and then they took care of a team without their starting quarterback. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what like gets them out of the top 10. Like they go. Where were they last week? Do we know? Like they weren't 9 or 10. They're probably like somewhere around the middle, and so they dropped like 5 or 6 spots after winning a game.
I just like the teams in the top 10 over the Packers. And that's not knocking the Packers because there's a lot of good teams that are not in the.
You dropped them out of your top 10. That's a knock straight at the Packers.
Okay, well, how do you guys want to take it? They're not on the top 10, and what do you guys want? Like I've told you why you don't like why I'm saying why. So you guys are just looking for something like they're not. I don't think they're better than the Saints or the Bucks or the Ravens. I know the Ravens are 0-2, but if you put them head to head right now, I would still take Baltimore. And I know you don't like that because the Packers still won without them, but I'm very confident in this list that every one of these top 10 teams would beat the Packers.
I'm just trying to gauge, like, okay, what are these factors that you're weighing here? Because is it games won?
Yeah, here.
Or how you looked? Or, like, kind of just whatever.
Well, here. The Saints are going against the Eagles. Let's say the Saints win it this week. Are the Eagles knocked out of the top 10?
We'll see. I mean, I don't know how the Eagles play.
We'll see. You know they're not knocked out of the top 10.
We'll see. I don't know. I can't tell the future. I got to see how the Eagles look.
Wow. Okay, well, here's the better question. If the Eagles lose their quarterback and still win, are they out of the top 10? Because that's more the correct scenario.
Yeah, Hurts goes down.
Which is obviously Angel can't answer that right now.
I'm not going to argue hypothetical.
But that's
a hypothetical. Because right now they don't.
What isn't hypothetical is that they won without their quarterback and they looked really good doing it.
Well,
What also is hypothetical is you saying if they played any of these teams this week, they would lose, which we're not. We're actually probably aiming to win this week.
I don't know how you're gonna take this list to a show with a registered Packer owner on it and think you're gonna sneak that by it.
This list pissed off. I'm sure what the Lions fans are pissed off that they're number 1. I'm sure the Bills fans pissed off that every team's gonna be pissed off at every top 10 if their team's
Lions
not
and
number
Bills
1.
fans are just fine.
I think we all made our point about the Packers. We'll see what happens next week. I want to talk about the Lions real quick because no one's talking about it, but Jared Goff's not playing well. He's not playing well at all. In his first game, he was 217 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. This last game, he went 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So far in the season, he is 500 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, just a 69 passer rating. Jared Goff has not been good. The defense is playing well, and they have plenty of weapons around him. But are we concerned for the Detroit Lions?
I'm kind of with them. I just believe in. I am concerned. Obviously, it's a slow start. I'm not even look at Gabe. It's a slow start, but I think they'll bounce back. I'm not too worried if off to a slow start though, because everyone's healthy.
Little fact check: Packers were not on the top 10 last week. So them winning did not knock them off. They were
because last week you took them out top 10 because they didn't have Jordan Love.
Yeah.
So it was like a projection, like they're not going to be very good, but then they were pretty good.
Yeah, so that actually should bump them up then.
So are the team.
I don't know, man. You got a suspect list.
Okay.
He had the Bucks moving up, Steelers moving up, Texans, Bills moving up, Ravens moving down, Niners moving down. So the Saints essentially replaced. No, the Cowboys are off, so the Saints kind of jumped the Packers.
So
I'm so glad I don't make this list.
Ravens moved down, but still stayed at number 8, while Packers won and aren't even sniffing the top 10. Gotcha.
Okay, now I'm definitely not putting them on my top 10 next week. I don't care if they win.
That's good because it turns out your top 10 is not good.
They're going to spite me on my fucking list. Enjoy the bottom of the bottom 20. But
that's great. It seems like your list is it's not really good to begin with anyway. So that's
baby. Oh yeah.
Packer fans.
He's over here briefing.
Yeah, he's over there squeezes. Look, man.
I'm just saying, if the Eagles lose this week, they better be off.
Why are we bringing the Eagles into this? Because leave the Eagles alone.
Because it's his logic. His logic is if you lose to a good team, you should be bumped.
Here's the thing we need to understand about Angels Heavenly 10. Okay, it is half logic, but my guy has a heart, and it is half heart. And he plants his flags on some guys, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. He just believes in the guys. He has an 0-2 team at number 8, right ahead of 2-0 teams. I think he just believes in his guys. So it's Angels Heavenly top 10. Fine, yeah. So I'll give it to you, but I just want to say you're dead ass wrong.
You guys are gonna hate this. You know who I didn't put him on this list.
Who?
I really liked what I saw from Cincinnati, even though I didn't put him on the list though, so I can't get blamed for that. I didn't get blamed for that. I can't blame because they're not on the list. But I was like,
I tell you what, Texans could lose 3 in a row and they'll be in top 5, 100%.
I said I almost, but I didn't because I'm like, okay, they're 0-2 and they look bad at week 1, but
so they always look good against the Chiefs though.
So Lions look good against a bad team and lose. Bengals look good
against
a bad team and lose.
I'm not getting this again.
Packers look good to a bad team and lose, and I'm just saying, all your scenarios you're bringing up, you're describing the Packers. And
I guess
it's
going to be interesting if the Packers win again. Then it's like, okay, at what point are you going to put them back on your list if they keep winning?
We'll see.
He won't have them up. He won't have them up.
Yeah?
He won't have them up.
Gabe's going to come next week like, I brought my own list. Play the music. Gabe's Heavenly 10.
It's all Packers.
The Angel Gabriel's right.
All
is
right
by
at number 1, the Pack Show.
We'll see.
Okay, there's Angels Heavenly top 10. A lot of controversy as these lists often do.
This is week 2.
This is week.
Tell you what.
Going into week 3.
Holy crap!
There's no movement with the Chiefs. There's zero movement. They just win. Mahomes is not even playing great,
and just find a way.
They're so annoyingly good. Number 1, it's not even. There's no one's even sniffing the Chiefs.
Travis Kelce's playing terribly.
Yes.
Excuse me. Oh, go.
Oh, sorry, some pasta. He had 37. He has 37 yards receiving in 2 weeks.
What is three catches?
He's not in the game plan.
You know what's crazy too? Them and the Niners, very scenario where they're losing some of their star guys, and yet one team is falling while the other team stays just locked in at number 1.
Chiefs are
that goes to show you how good they are.
Yeah, Chiefs. I don't think. I mean, they're just as hurt as not obviously the Rams, but the Chiefs. I think they're the most confident team. If they lose a guy, they'll be fine. Because they just make it work. They might bring Kareem Hunt and watch him be good, and you're not surprised because it's the Chiefs.
Yeah.
If amidst all of the injury and guys they lost in the offseason, if they win the Super Bowl again this year, are we done on Belichick? Is Andy Reid the greatest coach of all time?
That's a
oh
might be. I don't know. We'll see.
Belichick did it 7 times.
Andy Reid's been winning for a minute before he got to.
There was talk of that. Last year,
even before last year's Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's interesting. Chiefs are they're looking exactly the same. That's pretty.
That's
good.
a great question, though.
Yeah, if this is treading water for the Chiefs, look out.
You know what's funny is that we'll argue about our top 9, but then at the end of the day, it's the Chiefs are gonna win though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We're arguing about we were 3rd place.
No, we were arguing about 7 through 10.
Yeah, and they're
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Chiefs are gonna win. This is I think someone compared it to obviously the 2009 Patriots and the Warriors. Are like,
Right.
It's the 90s Bulls.
Yeah, you're just sitting there like, this is great. You could have, Keem Olajuwon, you can have whatever.
Charles Barkley.
And you're still going to lose to Michael Jordan. This is the same kind of reasoning.
I just hate that we didn't get to just have our Tom Brady 20 years.
It was
where we're like
immediately
Tom Brady. I watched Tom Brady.
Yeah, how long were the Niners fans saying Joe Montana's best quarterback? That was for like 20 years, right? That Montana was the best, and then Brady came in and was like, okay, never mind. Then immediately once he retired, like, okay, hold on, Brady. This young guy over here in Kansas City who
it sucks that sports has to have that too, because how many other guys could be winning if they simply just don't play?
Oh yeah, all these great quarterbacks of this era just not gonna have any Super Bowls.
Chiefs.
Like
imagine
the Tom Brady one, Breeze probably has a couple. Peyton Manning probably has a couple more.
Well, what's the stat? I think there's only 4 active quarterbacks in the league that have won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and he's all 4
because everybody's losing to Mahomes.
Can you name him? Mahomes, obviously.
Wait, 4 starting quarterbacks?
4 active, not necessarily
I'll
starting.
go Mahomes, Flacco.
Flacco, yep.
He's active. Fuck. Well, I don't.
Stafford.
Yep.
Rodgers? Wait, it's
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's say yeah.
God, we nailed that.
Man, he's wonderful. Those couple old guys.
And yeah, 3 of the 4 are dinosaurs.
I think Flacco and Aaron Rodgers have a combined age of 82. and Mahomes is 28. It's prime.
They were both drafted. We were still in high school.
All right, guys, that's our show for today. Thanks so much for joining us for episode 159. Hope you enjoy Thursday Night Football. If you're looking for a preview on that, check out our channel. We also have a preview for Jets and Patriots for Thursday Night Football. See you Friday. Bye.
Peace.